Hello guys again. I finally downloaded the Empire Divided DLC, in which some features are added and enhanced, such as strategies, settlements, foundations, units and factions, even general skills. This sets into 270 AD Rome, which Rome is overrun by Roman pretenders known as the crisis of 3rd century in the history of ancient Rome, which is the real focus of this DLC. And let's set aside the Wrath of Sparta first, because it's not related to the Empire Divided, but still we give credits. You also need the real Total War Rome 2 to run DLC. Buy it on Steam. The link is on the description below. It is also known as the Military Anarchy or the Imperial Crisis, the 235 AD to 284 AD. It was a period in which the Roman Empire nearly collapsed under the combined pressures of the invasion, civil war, plague, and economic depression. The crisis began with the assassination of the Roman Emperor Severus Alexander by his own troops in 235, initiating a emperor, mostly prominent Roman generals who assumed imperial power overall or the part of the empire. The same number of men became accepted by the Roman Senate as emperor during this period and so became legitimate emperors. Later, Aurelian, the emperor, united the empire. The crisis ended with the ascension and reforms of Diocletian in 284 AD. This also came the great execution of Rome due to religion conflicts, such as, Christians in ancient Rome. The crisis resulted in such profound changes in the empire's institutions, society, economic life, and eventually religion, that is increasingly seen by most historians as defining the transition between the historical periods of classical antiquity and late antiquity. The conflict is between Tetricus and Zenobia, the best girl. Just compare her to, Gasai. Well, she is a warrior queen and a self-proclaimed empress said to be Cleopatra's descendant, known as Septimia Zenobia. Many legends surround her ancestry. She was born to a noble Palmyran family and married to the ruler of the city, Odenathus. She challenged the authority of Rome during the later part of the period of the Roman history known as the crisis of the 3rd century of Rome. It's between her and the Emperor Aurelian. Well, of course, the units are not that bad, but I guess it is effective against some overpowered factions like Rome, Egypt, and Gallic Rome, I guess. So enjoy the game as you downloaded it on Steam. So here's about the Wrath of Sparta DLC. It's all about the Peloponnesian War, is name given to the long series of conflicts between Athens and Sparta that's lasted from 431 BC until 404 BC. The reasons for this war are sometimes traced back as far as the democratic reforms of Cleisthenes, which Sparta always opposed. However, the more immediate reason for the war was Athenian control of the Delian League, the vast naval alliance that allowed it to dominate the Mediterranean Sea. By 454 BC, when the League's treasury was transferred to Athens, the alliance has become an empire, in all but name. Over the next 2 decades, it began treating its fellow members as ruled subjects rather than partners, and fought several short wars to force members who wanted to leave the League to rejoin it. In 433 BC, when Athens signed a treaty of mutual protection with Corycia, modern-day Corfu, one of the few other city-states with a major navy on its own, Sparta and its allies interpreted the move as an act of provocation. A year later, Sparta cancelled its peace treaty with Athens. The peace treaty was cancelled, then in 431 BC, a contingent of soldiers from Thebes, Sparta's allies, tried to seize control of the town called Potidea. Caught in the prison, townspeople put all 200 members of the advance party to death. When a messenger from Athens arrived the next day to persuade the town against such a rash act, it was too late. The war had begun. Thanks for watching this history based about Total Empire Divided DLC, so subscribe for more details.